Okay, good morning to all of you students. Hello, am I audible to all of you? Oh, okay. Today we are going to discussing about our subject, that is analog communication engineering. Now let us see what are the points involved in our today's lecture. The screen is visible to all of you?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Slide is visible now?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Today we are going to discussing the point, that is amplitude modulation and frequency modulation detector. That means for observation of detector, first of all we are going to discussing about modulation. How we are going to do modulation of any kind of signal we are discussing. Now let's see about that. These are the content of our today's lecture. First of all, we are discussing about demodulation of AM signal, then operation of envelope detector. Then along with this, we are also observing that waveforms related to envelope detector. Then also we are discussing about selection of RC time constant. Then we are also dealing with types of envelope detector. There are 4 to 5 types of envelope detector which is involved in your syllabus, but out of these our today's lecture task is related to 3 types. First one is a simple slope detector, second one is a practical envelope detector, third one is a balanced slope detector. Okay, that means these are the contents involved in our today's lecture. Now let us see one by one. First of all, for the detection, as I have told you, firstly we are going to discussing how that detection and demodulation is done over here. For the demodulation, first of all we are going to do modulation. Then what is the concept behind that modulation, or what is the definition involved for that modulation? Just see. First of all, once we are going to converting that signal into waveform by considering 3 parameters. What are these 3 parameters? First one is the amplitude, second one is a phase, and third one is a frequency. Amplitude decides height of that particular signal, then phase decides shape of that particular signal, and frequency decides width of that particular signal. Then by fixing these 3 parameter value, we are converting that signal into waveform. And once we have converted that signal into waveform, then we are going to do modulation along with that particular waveform. Modulation means what? Changes. Then what is the definition of modulation? According to instantaneous value of modulating signal, that modulating signal we are calling it as an input signal, information signal, message signal, whatever it may be. All these names are same related to input signal. By changing the parameter of that carrier signal according to these kinds of input signal, then that process is called as modulation. For that modulation, at a time we are going to modulate only single parameter. That means rest of 2 parameters at that time remains constant. If suppose we are going to dealing with amplitude modulation, at that time we are varying the amplitude of carrier signal, at that time phase and frequency remains constant. Okay, for phase modulation, if suppose we are going to dealing with phase modulation, at that time phase of carrier signal is varied, at that time frequency and amplitude remains constant. If suppose we are going to dealing with frequency modulation, at that time frequency goes on varying in nature, at that time amplitude and phase remains constant. Okay, these are the different definitions related to phase, amplitude and frequency. modulation, and these three types of modulation involved in your analog communication. Have you understood these modulation definitions?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Then once we have done that modulation related to these three types of particular signal, then we are going to move forward for the demodulation process. Then how we are going to do demodulation? Just see, for the demodulation purpose, we are detecting that modulated signal. That means detector or demodulator, meaning related to for both these words are same. Detector and demodulation is nothing but converting that modulated signal into original form. That means whatever the signal we are given as an input for the modulation purpose, that particular signal we are getting as an output from that detection. Then how we are getting that original signal? There are different methods for the detection. That means AM detection method is a different, FM detection method is a different, and EM detection method is also different. But practically there is one common way for the detection of these particular signal is nothing but, as I have told you, for the modulation purpose we are combining that modulating signal and carrier signal bothly, and we are introducing that modulated signal. That means modulated signal is the combination of modulating signal plus carrier signal. For the combination of these two signal, carrier signal is having very high frequency. That means the definition related to carrier signal itself indicate that it is nothing but high frequency signal. And what about modulating signal? Always in combination with modulating and carrier signal, always that modulating signal is having less frequency in comparison with carrier signal. That means we want to transmit out for the demodulation purpose low frequency signal, and we want to reject out high frequency signal. Then how we are going to do this modulation, just demodulation? Just see, by applying that modulated signal towards low pass filter, we are getting low frequency signal as an output, and we are going to attenuate high frequency signal. Thus we are going to do demodulation in general method related to our lab. But here we are discussing somehow practical methods or somehow another technical methods for the detection of AM as well as FM. Now here I have applied amplitude modulated signal simply for the detector or demodulator block, and from this block I am getting here original signal as an output. If suppose I have applied original signal as a sine wave, then from this detector I am getting also sine wave as an output. If suppose I am applying cosine wave as an input for that modulation block, then here also I am getting that cosine signal as an output from that detector block. If suppose I am applying triangular wave for that modulator block as an input, then for this detector output is nothing but triangular wave like this. Whatever the input I am going to applying for that modulation, here I am getting that signal as an output as it is from that detector block. Now let us see what are the technical things involved for the detection purpose of that particular AM signal. Just we are going to discussing. First of all, here first method for the detection of AM wave I have shown here, that is nothing but envelope slope detector. Then again that envelope slope detector is a combination of AM as well as FM signal along with the coordination of AM FM detector. Then it will be only introduces or it will be only dealing with the AM FM combination that the FM signal is having narrow band FM. Then how we are going to differentiate that particular FM as a narrow band FM and that particular FM is a wide band FM? Can anyone tell me what is the, or how we are going to differentiating that narrow band FM and wide band FM depending upon modulation index? If suppose for the definition or differentiation related part, I am considering one parameter that is nothing but modulation index for the separation of narrowband FM and wideband FM, then how I am going to separate out that particular band is a narrowband FM and that particular band is a wideband FM? Okay, I will tell you one hint, that if suppose modulation index is greater than 1, then what type of FM is there available with this? Hello?
Wideband.
Okay, correct. Then
Wideband.
okay, fine. And if suppose modulation index is less than 1, then which type of FM is involved there?
Narrowband.
Okay. That means here we are going to dealing only with the narrowband FM signal along with the AM. For this circuit diagram will be represent us related to AM signal. I am going to giving as an input towards this sector, and this depending upon this diode working condition, that whole circuit diagram output is dependent. Then how? Just I am going to tell you. Just see. The standard AM signal is applied towards as an input related to this circuit. That means this standard AM signal I have applied by using this transformer towards this circuit. And again another condition or another connection related to this circuit diagram is nothing but in every positive half cycle of this input related to this diode detector, this capacitor is goes on charging. And once the diode is acting as in a forward direction, the capacitor will be goes on charging up to the peak value. And once the capacitor is reaches towards up to the peak value, at that time the diode is acting as in a reverse biased or not conducting region, and the capacitor started slowly discharging and up to the particular value. Then there is some relation in between capacitor charging and discharging period, along with the diode is having in a on condition or diode is having in a off condition. That totally relation is dependent upon input signal and capacitance voltage. That means capacitor voltage, whatever the voltage introduced by that capacitor, that is also involved along with this. Then what is that relation? If suppose input signal is always greater than that of that particular capacitor voltage, at that time the diode is forward acting as in a forward bias direction, and the capacitor will be goes on charging up to the peak value. And if suppose that particular input signal is having the less value in comparison with capacitor voltage, at that time the diode is acting as in a reverse biased, and that capacitor will be charged discharging. Thus the charging and discharging period of that capacitor is totally dependent upon the input signal and the capacitor voltage relation. This is the load resistance which is connected to balance that whatever the load introduced in that particular circuit. And thus finally at the output end, here we are getting that message signal as an output. As I told you earlier, that output signal or detected signal, we may call it as an input signal, message signal, baseband signal, code signal, or whatever it may be. Whatever the input we are going to apply for the modulation purpose as an input. That means that the input signal is present in any format. That signal we are calling it as an input signal. And from that detector we are getting also that demodulated signal as an output. For this, how we are going to get from that envelope, that is a demodulated signal, it is nothing but sine wave. Just I have shown you along with the waveform. Now let us see about that. This is the input-output waveform of envelope slope detector. How that input-output relation is captured along with this envelope, and by using this envelope how we are getting that sine wave as a detected output. Just we are going through it over here. This is the diode. When the diode is in the on condition, at that time the capacitor starts is charging, and the capacitor charges up to the peak value, and once the capacitor reaches up to the peak value, at that time the diode acts as in a reverse biased condition. At that time the capacitor charged capacitor which is reached towards peak value, it will be starts the discharging. Actually at that time the capacitor voltage is actually greater than that of the input signal. That means this charging period and discharging period is a totally dependent upon the input signal and capacitor voltage, as I have told you earlier. If suppose input signal is having greater value in comparison with capacitor voltage, at that time the diode is acting is in a charging period, and if suppose that input signal is having less value in comparison with capacitor voltage value, at that time the diode start discharging like this. And this is the AM envelope at that point. If suppose this input we have applied related to that detector, that is nothing but envelope detector, from that envelope detector we are getting this signal as an output, and that signal is nothing but sine wave. But this sine wave is having approximate nature because of this type of a modulation is related to the analog communication. For that purpose, whatever the output here we are getting, that output is approximated output of the envelope detector. Then this for the getting of this type of a structure, or exactly we want to get this type of a structure as an output from that detector, then there is some necessity conditions will be followed by that circuit diagram. This circuit diagram is designed by using that component, that is a R component, C component, diode. बघा आपल्याला काय पाहिजे, तो कर्व ॲज इट इज पाहिजे, डिमॉड्युलेटेड. मीन्स व्हॉट वी वॉन्ट that detected output as a sine wave. For that purpose we have to design exactly this circuit to introduces the output. That output is nothing but whatever the input signal we have applied for that modulating signal. म्हणून आपल्याला काय करावं लागेल, इथे जो आपण R आणि C कंपोनेंट यूज केलाय, तर तो R आणि C कंपोनेंट एक्झॅक्ट व्हॅल्यूनी डिझाइन करायला पाहिजे. For the designing purpose of R and C component, or how we are going to select that R and C component, now let us see. For the selection of RC time constant, we are considering that carrier period is equal to 1 divided by FC, that RSC which is a less than, very less than 1 divided by FC. Then what is meaning of FC? Just see, FC is nothing but carrier frequency. Then how why I have represented that carrier period is equal to 1 divided by FC? Because we know the standard relation in between frequency and time. Frequency is inversely proportional to the time, and time is inversely proportional to the frequency. Like this, here I am getting that frequency time inversely proportional to each other. Then what about RC time constant? That RC time constant is having very less value in comparison with 1 divided by FC, and 1 divided by FC is nothing but time constant. Then how we are going to select that RC? RC is having very greater value in comparison with carrier time constant, and it is having very less value in comparison with modulating frequency, modulating time constant, where FM is related to modulating frequency and FC is related to carrier frequency. Then okay, here we have finished related to that envelope slope detector. Have you understood that envelope detector? Say yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, is there any query related to envelope detector? Hello?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Okay, shall I move forward?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then our next detector type is practical diode detector. The name itself indicates that it is used for the practical detection for that AM signal. Here we have used a diode which plays an important and main role related to practical diode detection method. Then how that practical diode will be work out over here? Just see, here we have applied that AM signal as an input for that which is carried from AM signal, and here having that intermediate frequency amplifier is also applied as an input. That intermediate frequency is nothing but, what is the meaning of that intermediate frequency? That intermediate frequency is we have got from mixture. That means for the electronic system, when mixture is available for the mixing of radio received signal, then what are the signal we are going to mixing over there? There we are going to mix that source frequency as well as oscillating frequency, and we are getting from that mixture different types of output signal. What are these four different types of output signal? First one is the oscillating frequency, second one is the source frequency, third one is the oscillating frequency minus source frequency, and fourth one is the oscillating frequency plus source frequency. These different four types of frequencies are generated from that mixture, and out of that FO minus FS, it is nothing but oscillating frequency minus source frequency, as we have considered as an intermediate frequency. That intermediate frequency along with the amplitude modulated signal we are applying towards that practical diode detector. Here that practical diode detector is connected. That detector will be acts as a forward biased as well as reverse biased. If suppose this detector diode is acting in a forward biased, at that time positive envelope is detected. If suppose this diode is acting as a reverse biased, at that time this negative envelope is detected. Thus, by using the condition related to diode, that it means the diode is acting as forward biased as well as reverse biased, we are going to detect negative cycle as well as positive cycle, and whatever the output generated from this detector we are getting across that R4 resistor. That R4 resistor is nothing but load resistance. For this designing purpose of circuit, we have used R1 and R2 resistor. That R1 and R2, both the resistor are connected in series with each other. That will provide us series DC path for the diode current towards ground. That means all the current generated over here, that is a grounded over here. And see over here, this for R1 and C1 position, which is connected across this circuit, that is nothing but R1 is connected in a series and C1 is connected in a parallel. If suppose resistor is we are going to connecting in a series manner and capacitor we are going to connecting in a parallel manner, then that two component will be formed as one filter. That filter name is, कोणता फिल्टर कनेक्ट करतो? जर सपोज आपण आर कंपोनंट सिरीज मध्ये कनेक्ट केला आणि कॅपॅसिटर हा सी कंपोनंट म्हणजेच कॅपॅसिटर आपण पॅरलल मध्ये कनेक्ट केला, तर हा कुठला फिल्टर करतो क्रिएट?
filter,
विच
low pass,
ओके 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 फाइन फाइन फाइन. That means it is introduces the low pass filter. That means this low pass filter will be passes out low frequency signal and it will be attends high frequency signal. That means we are getting here our ultimate aim. Our ultimate aim is to filter out the carrier signal, and we are going to introduces only that modulating signal, because our modulation is the combination of carrier and modulating signal. And in detection method, what we are going to do, we are introduces only that modulating signal and we are going to filter out that carrier signal. That means our ultimate aim is satisfied over here for the connection of R1 and C1, and thus across this R4 we are getting here AF amplifier as an output signal which is applied towards amplifier. That means it is totally related to audio frequency amplifier. For the audio sector, here the sound is introduced, and for the controlling of that sound, here the volume control knob is also present over here. Then this C2 is a shown over here. It is nothing but coupling capacitor. Then the name is itself indicate that coupling. Coupling means what? There is that capacitor is acting as connector in between two circuits. That means this circuit is connected along with that automatic gain control by using this coupling capacitor C2. म्हणजे हा कपलिंग कॅपॅसिटर नावाचाच आहे. कपलिंग याचा अर्थ काय? दोन डिव्हाइसेसला तो कनेक्ट करतो. कुठले कुठले दोन डिव्हाइसेस? तर हिअर वी आर रिप्रेझेंटेड हिअर as an AGC. AGC means what? Automatic gain control. And here we have represented that practical diode detector. That means this C2, that is coupling capacitor, is going to connecting that automatic gain control along with that practical diode detector. Then here we are getting that audio frequency signal as an output, and that output is nothing but demodulated output. म्हणजे बघा इथे तुम्ही काय दिला? एम्प्लिट्यूड मॉड्युलेटेड सिग्नल ॲज अन इनपुट, आणि ह्या लो पास फिल्टर थ्रू पास झालेला तुमचा फक्त लो फ्रिक्वेन्सीचा सिग्नल की जो मॉड्युलेटिंग असतो, आणि कॅरियर इथं काय होतो? ड्रॉप आउट होतो, ॲट्युनेट होतो. आणि लो फ्रिक्वेन्सीचा सिग्नल इज नथिंग बट मॉड्युलेटिंग सिग्नल इथे मिळतो. पण जो काय मॉड्युलेटिंग सिग्नल ॲज अन आउटपुट आपल्याला मिळालाय तर त्याचं फर्दर ॲम्प्लिफिकेशन पण नेसेसिटी आहे. For the amplification purpose, we are applying that introduced output towards that amplifier block. Thus, finally, we are getting over here whatever the input signal we are applied towards that input signal, as it is we are getting here as an output. This is all the things related to practical diode detector. Have you understood that practical diode detector, or is there any query related to practical diode detector? Hello? Hello? Is there any query related to practical diode detector, or understood all these things?
No, ma'am.
Oh, understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Shall I move forward? Okay, okay. Thus here we have finished, that is a AM detector part. Now let us see FM detector. For the FM detection, similarly like your AM detection, here also we are applying that frequency modulated signal as an input towards frequency detector circuit, and from that frequency detector circuit we are getting here that frequency demodulated signal, which is nothing but modulating signal, and that modulating signal is nothing but your input signal. Then there are some requirements related to frequency detection. What are these requirements? Just see. First requirement is it must convert the frequency variation into amplitude variation. म्हणजे बघा पहिली रिक्वायरमेंट काय आहे? That it must be convert that frequency variation into amplitude variation. Then second requirement is this conversion must be linear and efficient. That means whatever the conversion required over here related to frequency modulation, it is having linear nature along with the efficiency better. Then third requirement related to FM detection is the demodulator circuit should not respond to amplitude changes. It should respond only to the frequency changes. And last requirement related to FM detector method is it should be fairly simple in its adjustment and the operation. That means it is a fairly adjusted over there. Now let us see what are the types of FM detector. There are number of types related to FM detector, but apart from this, here we are dealing only with 4 types of FM detector. First one is a simple slope detector, second one is a balanced slope detector, third one is a phase discriminator, and fourth one is related to ratio detector. Okay, that means here for the FM detection we are going to detect that FM by using these 4 types: first, second, third and fourth. Apart from this first type, that is a simple slope detector, we are discussing over here. But instead of firstly we are going to discussing about simple slope detector, Firstly, we are going to discussing one component required for that simple slope detector, that is nothing but tank circuit. Then what is the function or what is the role played by that tank circuit along with that simple slope detector? Just see. This is the circuit diagram related to tank circuit. For that tank circuit, we are applying variable frequency as an input, and this tank circuit is designed by the connection of inductance and the variable coupling capacitor parallelly with each other, and this structure or this nature we are calling it as a tuned circuit or a tank circuit. And the output introduced by that tank circuit, it is nothing but output proportional to the frequency. That means whatever the input frequency, variable frequency we are applying over here, that frequency is proportional with this output frequency. This is the required strength related to this tank circuit. For the maintaining of the proportionality of input output along with the variable frequency range, we are using tank circuit. That much is the use or that much is the application related to tank circuit. Have you understood that tank circuit application?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and that application we are going to applying for that simple diode detector designing purpose. Now let us see about simple diode detector. Okay, sorry, that simple diode, instead of that, firstly observing that simple diode detector, first of all we are going to observing what is the slope detector characteristics related to that tank circuit. Just see, for the tank circuit demodulation, here we are applying that amplitude variation at the output end. That means for each and every pulses we are getting different amplitude. In shortly, as I have told you earlier, amplitude is totally related upon height of any particular system. Just see, for these pulses the height is different, for this pulse the height is different, for this pulse the height is different, for this pulse also the height is different, for this pulse the height is also different. That means the height is going to vary related to each and every pulses. And for using these particular pulses, what I am getting over here, I am getting plainly as an input signal. That input signal is nothing but sine wave. That means this sine wave along with the deviation frequency adjustment I am going to applying towards that particular circuit, and that particular circuit will be introduces as plain single sine wave or whatever the message signal we are going to applying for that modulation. We are getting that original signal as output as it is from this particular structure. Now let us see about that slope detector. Okay, this is the circuit diagram related to slope detector. For this slope detector, what we are going to do here, that slope detector construction is a totally dependent upon again this diode structure. For this diode structure, what we are going to do, for this slope detector structure, we are applying whatever the output introduced by this particular tank circuit, that which is the output proportional to the frequency, we are applying this output towards that simple slope detector over here. That is controlled frequency we are applying here. That frequency is nothing but carrier frequency. And then second, by using this transformer we are applying that Fc plus del F, that is nothing but this is Fc plus del F, that is nothing but it is a peak frequency range we are applying towards the secondary transformer over here. And this is the diode we are using as a switch for the detection purpose. Here RC filter is also used similarly in your envelope detector. Here also for the selection of that RC filter, that RC component is always greater than time constant related to carrier frequency, and it is always less than time constant related to modulating frequency. Thus, by considering this condition for the RC selection, we are going to select the R and C component properly. And from this circuit we are getting the output. That output is nothing but audio frequency modulating signal. That means here once again we are getting that sound signal as an output. For that particular sound signal, again we need to control that sound by using volume control knob. Thus the RC time constant is a totally dependent upon that diode. Then what is the role played by that diode along with this simple slope detector? Just see, the output voltage of the tank circuit is directly applied as an input. That input is nothing but FM input, and this will be filter out all the high frequency ripple, and it will be produces that modulating signal. As I have told you, detector is nothing but to filter out high frequency component and will be transmit out low frequency component. High frequency component are nothing but carrier signal, and low frequency component are nothing but modulating signal, and high frequency component are nothing but carrier signal. Thus we are going to drop out carrier signal over here. Then there are some disadvantages point related to this simple slope detector. What are these disadvantages point? Just see, it is inefficient. That means this circuit diagram is inefficient to transmit that modulating signal exactly. Then second disadvantages point is it is linear only over a limited frequency range. That means only the limited frequency range we are going to applying over here. As I have told you related to tank circuit, that tank circuit, the output frequency proportionality and the input to variable frequency range. That means here the limitation in between input applying and whatever the output we are getting from this circuit. Thus this circuit will be gives us the limited frequency as an output over here. And third disadvantages point related to this circuit is it is a difficult to adjust, as the primary and the secondary winding of the transformer must be tuned to slightly different frequency. That means here we have applied that is a primary transformer, and here we have applied that secondary transformer, and once we are going to comparing that whatever the input frequency we are applying related to that primary transformer and secondary transformer, and here we are getting that primary transformer and secondary transformer is along with primary transformer is having the frequency FC, and for the secondary transformer we having the frequency FC plus del F. That means there is a different frequency range is available for the input purpose of primary transformer and secondary transformer. It is nothing but FC, and this is nothing but FC plus del F. Okay, this is one of the drawback related to simple slope detector. That means we have introduced or we have discussed a number of drawbacks related to simple slope detector. That means our next task is to overcome that particular drawbacks, and how we are going to overcoming that particular drawbacks by inventing next stage on next circuit. Then what is the next circuit which is implemented to overcome along with these drawbacks? That circuit named as a balanced slope detector. Okay, that means by using balanced slope detector we are overcoming along with whatever the drawbacks introduced by this slope detector. Is it fine? Slope detector, have you understood about slope detector?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, is there any query related to
Yes,
this?
ma'am.
काही शंका आहे का? स्लोप डिटेक्टर कळाला का?
No, ma'am.
कळालं ना सगळ्यांना?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
ओके ओके, shall I move forward? हॅलो,
Hello.
हां, जाऊ दे का पुढे मी?
Yes, ma'am.
ओके ओके
Yes, ma'am.
okay. This is the structure related to balanced slope detector. Then for that balanced slope detector, what we have constructed over here, for that balanced slope detector we have constructed the circuit diagram of balanced slope detector, which is shown in this figure. This circuit diagram will be shows us that it is the combination of two slope detector. बघा आपण सुरुवातीला काय बघितलं होतं मगाशी की तुम्ही इथे बघितलं होतं सिंपल स्लोप डिटेक्टर. आता ह्या दोन सिंपल स्लोप डिटेक्टर जर एकमेकांवरती ठेवले आपण ऍज इट इज तर आपल्याला कुठले सर्किट डायग्राम बघायला मिळेल तर बॅलन्स्ड स्लोप डिटेक्टर. बघा बॅलन्स्ड स्लोप डिटेक्टर इज द कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ slope detector first and slope detector second. Here we have used a primary transformer as an input and here we have applied as an input towards that secondary transformer. But for the applying input towards that secondary transformer there is only one change, that is nothing but here we are applying Fc plus del F and here we are applying that Fc minus del F related to secondary transformer T1 and T2. And here also for the diode condition here we are using diode D1 as an input and for the second stage we are using D2 as an input. Here also we have used that RC time constant, that is a R1C1 for the slope detector 1 and here we have also used that is RC time constant, that is a R2C2 over here. And whatever the output introduced from these two circuits, that outputs are nothing but output voltage V1 and output voltage V2. That means from slope detector 1 we are getting output voltage V1 and from slope detector 2 we are getting here output voltage V2. Like this, by comparing these two voltages we are getting that desired output voltage. That desired output voltage is the combination of output voltage is equal to V01 minus V02. That means it is the difference in between the output voltage is equal to output voltage is equal to whatever the output voltage introduced by that slope detector 1 minus whatever the output which is introduced from that slope detector 2, that is nothing but V02. That means the operation of this balanced slope detector is totally dependent upon three conditions. What are these three conditions? बघा हे जो बॅलन्स्ड स्लोप डिटेक्टर आहे त्याचा आउटपुट आपण कसे मिळणार आहे, आउटपुट व्होल्टेज, टोटल आउटपुट व्होल्टेज ऑफ दॅट पर्टिक्युलर बॅलन्स्ड स्लोप डिटेक्टर इज नथिंग बट इट इज द कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ आउटपुट व्होल्टेज 1 minus output voltage 2. That means the totally output voltage 1 and 2 is dependent upon the condition, three conditions, that is the carrier frequency, input frequency. That means what is the relation in between Fc plus del F, Fc minus del F and Fc. म्हणजे ह्या तीन फ्रिक्वेन्सीच्या रिलेशन वरती तुम्हाला V01 कसा मिळणार, V02 कसा मिळणार आणि हा V01 आणि V02 काय ठरवणार तर टोटल आउटपुट व्होल्टेज ठरवणार. टोटल आउटपुट व्होल्टेजचा फॉर्म्युला काय आहे, आउटपुट व्होल्टेज इज इक्वल टू V01 minus V02. Then how that Fc plus del F, Fc minus del F, Fc are correlated with each other and depending upon this relation how we are getting that output voltage 1, output voltage 2 and by using these two values how we are getting that output voltage we are going to discussing in our next lecture. Okay, is there any query related to this?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Have you understood all these things related to our today's lecture?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
चालेल. उद्याच्या लेक्चरला आपण बॅलन्स्ड स्लोप डिटेक्टर डिटेल मध्ये कोरिलेशन सहित बघूया. ओके, ठीक आहे. ओके.